News headlines 13th April 2021. China forces Jack Ma's and Group to restructure. So the financial technology firm acts more like a bank. And Group's mega $37 billion, £27 billion share market launch was derailed by regulators in November over concerns about its finance model. The latest move is part of a wider crackdown by China to rein in the country's fast-growing tech platforms. Ant's affiliate company Alibaba was hit with a record fine of $2.8 billion on Friday over monopoly concerns. The overhaul, directed by the People's Bank of China, subjects and to tougher regulatory oversight and minimum capital requirements. Ant Group is China's biggest payments provider, with more than 730 million monthly users on its digital payments service Alipay. Its trove of consumer data was widely seen as one of the company's key advantages over its competitors. Ant has also agreed to set up a personal credit reporting company, which will strengthen the protection of personal information and effectively prevent the abuse of data. Jack Ma under pressure. The move is the latest in a chain of regulatory moves targeting the business empire of Jack Ma, who was a co-founder of both Ant Group and Alibaba. Regulators began to show increasing interest in Ant Group in October, after Mr. Ma criticized regulators, suggesting they were stifling innovation. China's State Administration for Market Regulation, SAMR, also began looking into Mr. Ma's e-commerce platform Alibaba, which is China's largest. Reports the BBC. Daunte Wright shooting by police in Minnesota accidental. The fatal shooting of a black man by a police officer in the U.S. city of Brooklyn Center in Minnesota was an accident, the police chief has said. Daunte Wright, 20, was shot after the officer meant to use a taser, but mistakenly drew her gun instead, Chief Tim Gunno said. The officer was later named as Kim Potter, who has worked for Brooklyn Center Police for 26 years. Mr. Wright's death has sparked protests, and a curfew has been declared. Late on Monday, crowds defied the curfew to gather for a second night outside Brooklyn Center Police headquarters. Tensions in nearby Minneapolis are high as the trial of an ex-officer accused of killing George Floyd continues. Daunte Wright was pulled over on Sunday for a traffic violation, but there was a struggle when he tried to get back into his car. Fatally wounded, Mr. Wright crashed a few streets away. The officer has been placed on administrative leave. Angry protests erupted in Brooklyn Center on Sunday night as news of Mr. Wright's death spread. Hundreds of protesters chanting his name gathered late outside the police headquarters. About 20 businesses in a nearby shopping center were later broken into, the Star Tribune reported, with sporadic looting spreading to parts of Minneapolis. Reports the BBC. India reports 161,736 new COVID-19 cases, 879 deaths in the last 24 hours. India's active COVID cases stand at 12,64,698 while 1,22,53,697 people have recovered from disease so far. National COVID-19 recovery rate dropped further to 89.51%. The death toll increased to 1,71,058, the data updated at 8 a.m. today showed. Total vaccinations stood at 10,85,33,085. Reports the Times of India. In view of the steep rise in COVID-19 cases across the country, the Ministry of Civil Aviation, MOCA, has banned in-flight meals of short-duration flights. Reports the Statesman Election Commission slaps 24 HR campaign ban on Mamata Banerjee. The EC concluded that it carefully considered the matter, and is of the considered view that Ms. Banerjee made highly insinuating and provocative remarks laden with serious potential of breakdown of law and order, and thereby adversely affecting the election process. Reports the Asian Age. Russia's Sputnik V cleared for use, India's third COVID vaccine. Russia's COVID vaccine Sputnik V has been cleared for emergency use by India's drug regulator, the Drugs Controller General of India, DCGI. India kicked off the world's largest inoculation drive on January 16, and more than 10 crore doses have been administered so far. However, many parts in the country are fighting a fresh COVID wave, and several state governments have said they are running low on vaccine stocks. With 1.36 crore total infections so far, India has the second highest number of cases in the world after the United States. Reports the NDTV.